What's the biggest difference you noticed when you stepped into practice this summer and seeing what you've seen so far this summer?
I think we just got a team that's like past the group. It's hard to compare, right? Like we're in a position where our group is just working really hard, and we've always worked really hard. I think Matt Painter has this like great comment at Media Day in October. It's like, I'm going to get up here and tell you everything's great, everybody's working really hard, because nobody's winning, nobody's losing, nobody's complaining about playing time or whatever, but right now it's been fun. I think the biggest thing for us is having an end goal and going to Europe, having games in Europe. It's not something I've had since I've been here, so our summer has looked different, but I wonder what it would look like if we didn't have games. You know what I'm saying? Like, the opportunity to go over there and play for you people have put us in a position where we're hungry to learn right now. So it's just looked different.
How have you had to adjust your coaching as far as the FIBA rules, as far as the ball, and just the difference?
Honestly, we've only done that the last week and a half, maybe, where we went to the FIBA. The balls, the shot clock, the backcourt. I'll be interested to see how many times we get called for travel, because the game you got to put the ball on the floor before you move any feet over there, and we got a couple people on our team that like to get going pretty quickly. So I think that first game, Ian will probably track a lot of turnovers. But right now, if we're intentional about doing what we're asking them to do, and that's what it's been this summer, then I'll feel like we've made some success.
Thanks.
Just you brought your 4 transfers in.
Yeah.
You've just seen them on tape mostly,
yeah.
Other than Ella. But now that you've seen them in person for a couple months,
yeah.
What will they add to this team? Any surprises there? What maybe some of the skill sets that they'll bring?
Yeah, Des is a better shooter than I thought she was. I think there she was like the defensive stopper, right? And her assist to turnover ratio was really, really solid. When you watch on tape, she was a great post feeder. But she's been knocking down shots better than I thought she was going to. And her confidence, right? And you look at, her confidence, Reagan, Ella, and Mari, they're competitive people by nature, and so their confidence carries over to everybody. And I think that's been really fun to see how our younger kids have let them lead already. I think we told them all that they'd have an opportunity to come in, and we had a really hungry team that's hey, take me, show me where to go, and I think that's helped our young kids maybe take a step faster than what we even thought as a staff, if that makes sense.
Right.
What do you do with this long runway? I mean, you're in July now. You don't play games for a long time. Count games that count.
Yeah.
So how do you gear up?
Yeah. So like this summer, we don't normally practice in the summer. There's a lot of skill development, a lot of slow teaching, but we've been full on practicing, using our hours accordingly, and then the 10 extra days that you get to practice. With the site that we're going over there to be competitive and be intentional about the way we play for those 3 games in Europe. It's not normally like that, so I think that's allowed us an opportunity to have the competitive practices that we've had, to have the growth that we've had so far. And then we'll do our job as a staff, right? When we get back from Europe, we'll try to treat the end of August and part of September like we would have in the summer, where we can be intentional about getting in better basketball shape for practice, getting stronger and faster. That's not something we've been able to do this summer. Chaz has done a great job of making sure we're ready for practice, because I just feel like we've had so much to learn. You've got 4 new kids, or 4 transfers, and then 3 freshmen, and then honestly we've got younger kids around them or Amaya's new too. So we've really been a bit intentional about what we're trying to do.
How helpful has it been to have another Collier with a player that you recruited and now knows your offense, knows your system, and to have her along?
You would think that I coached her for 4 years, even though I only coached her for 1, and then she played for a different coach and had a completely different philosophy defensively. Ella's so smart that she remembers it, right? Like we put in a quick hitter, like she knows what she's supposed to do, and so it's been. So maybe she's not one of the newbies because she kind of gets it already, and then honestly just a shot maker, right? Like having her so on the perimeter is really really great.
Now that you got Amaya back
Yeah.
kind of full time,
Yeah.
what has she shown you?
Just what we always thought, right? A 6 foot savvy point guard. I think still trying to get her comfortable, you know, getting her stronger and her body. We've been pretty mindful of making sure we're not pushing her too quickly, where she's going every other day, you know, or we're limiting her reps. We want her to play in Europe, and we're hopeful that we're going to give her some minutes. But we need Amaya in November, December, and then January, February to be healthy. So just making sure we're mindful of she hadn't played in 2 years, and we're not causing anything else to her.
A couple of your guards said that you guys would play faster this season, or at least could. Is that something you're looking forward to experimenting with in Europe?
Yeah, I think so, especially early, right? Faster, 24-second shot clock. You got to get the ball over quicker. You know, I'm a big believer in like all of basketball should play FIBA rules. I think it's a beautiful game. I think the 24-second shot clock is great. Then you don't have to play defenses on, so that's probably why I like it the most. But no, I think it's gonna help us. We're not gonna be really good in the half court right now. I think we have a chance to get there, but if we can play 94 feet and play faster and take good shots but quick shots, I like our chances.
Your 2 freshman posts, what have they shown you, and how, right now, as you look at it, how do they fit in with what you want to do this season?
Yeah, hungry, eager to learn, hard workers. They battle each other every single day. The battle between Elena, Lana, and KP is just really, really fun to watch right now. Both are learning. I just told Lana I thought today was one of her better practices of the summer, and she's disappointed that she hasn't had that already. And I was like, hey, give yourself some grace. Well, both of them are just competitive and hungry, and want a chance. And you know, I think we'll see what we can get out of them in Europe, and then we'll go from there.
I know you're playing against yourselves, so it's not the true barometer, but do they, for their age and their skill level, do they finish through contact better than maybe some players that you've had before?
I think just they're naturally strong, right?
Okay.
They naturally have a body that's allowed them to play through contact. I don't know that it's better. I still see a lot of missed layups out there. So, you know, I think understanding timing, angles. I think right now offensively they're far more advanced than where they are defensively. So we better be able to make the layups because we've got a lot to learn on the defensive end. But because they're so hungry and eager to learn, it makes working with them every day a blessing.
Once you're done with your European trip, and you're flying back, what do you hope that you saw from your team during those 3 games?
I hope I saw exactly what I've seen so far. A team that's going to compete every single second. I mean, a team that's going to dive on loose balls and help each other up. A team that's connected. A team that's a unit. A team that doesn't matter, you know, who's having the success, and then understanding that even if I'm not on the floor, I'm a part of that success because we've done it this summer. I think that's the biggest thing. And then I want us. Being in Europe in a foreign country is going to allow us an opportunity. We're not practicing. We're going to play 3 games, so it's going to allow us an opportunity to really get to know each other on a deeper, more intimate level. And I think you've already seen that with this group. We've been reading a book, and you go into our book studies, and they're presenting it, and you know it's raw, and and they're vulnerable in there together. And I hope we can just continue to build on that.
Well, expand on that. What are you doing with them?
Yeah, so we were reading Chop Wood, Carry Water, a book about just the process, right, brick by brick, and how we can't get to where we go if we're not chopping our wood and carrying our water every single day, right? We can't go win a basketball game if we're not getting in a stance defensively and getting possession. So, and then we read some chapters, right, and then have a group present it, and it's been real, emotional, deep. I think sometimes we've had tears in our eyes, right, because we all have different stories, we've all walked different parts of life, we all have different backgrounds, but to bring everybody together and to be vulnerable with each other that you just really know for 2 months has been really, really fun to watch.
How does being vulnerable in those scenarios manifest itself with stronger team chemistry on the court?
Yeah, if you've seen me get emotional and I've been vulnerable in front of you, then when we're in battle, then there's gonna be a different kind of connection there. There's gonna be a different kind of competitive togetherness maybe, and I think that's what we're trying to build. I think Amy's done a great job of doing that. We've done a lot of challenges throughout the summer of group. You know, we have teams throughout the summer, and so they're working together in that regard too. You know, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to work, but we are giving it our best shot right now.
When did you start doing that as a coach, going through book studies?
I haven't done one since I've been here, and I probably missed out on that opportunity. But I think going to Europe set us up for that. I think, you know, my wheels have been turning so much since I've been here, and I finally feel like I'm in a really good place. Love the staff and how we work together, and I think we've all figured out, you know, each other's roles, and so this summer has allowed us to do that.
Just an update on Jordy.
Yeah.
Kind of where's she at and what's her potential timeline?
Yeah, so I don't know the timeline right now, but I do know she saw the doc the other day, and we got some really good news. So I can't tell you that. News that we weren't expecting, so we'll go from there.
I mean, what is good news with her?
Initially, we thought later on in the season, and good news means earlier than that part. So yeah, I don't know. I tell you, I can't tell you a timeline because it's a bone.
Right.
And, right, you have to give it a time to. But she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. And Doc saw her last week, and she was further along than he thought she was going to be.
Will Mila play on the trip?
No, she got a shot, so we had to shut her down for 2 weeks. But then when we get back and everybody kind of takes a break, we'll ramp things back up with her and give her an opportunity to be ready to go when everybody else is.
Coach, what's the thing you're looking forward to most outside of basketball? You're going to get some golf in? You're going to...
I mean, I've barely played any golf this summer. A lot of recruiting. Our recruiting schedule has been wild this year. I'm excited to go to Europe. I've been to Barcelona. I coached 2 Portuguese players, and they're in Portugal right now. My last place I played was Lisbon, so I know a lot of people over there. So I'm excited to see them. But most importantly, I'm excited to watch our team grow off the court together.
Thank you, Coach.